Hey, what is up, guys? And after almost 2 years of YouTube, I got my first ever copyright strike. That's the reason why I decided to make this video to talk about it, to give you kind of an idea. And you obviously need to be careful if you are a YouTuber. Obviously, more experienced YouTubers have obviously know already how this works, and and they know what they should avoid and what they need to be careful when they do stuff, right? And the reason why I got a copyright strike is because I used licensed music in my video. But this is kind of now the reason why I decided to make this video is because I didn't use I'm not the one that actually used the music in the video. It was the in-game music from Civilization 5. That's the reason why, like I said, that's the reason why I got the copyright strike. Now, like I said, almost 2 years of doing YouTube, and I never ever got a copyright strike. I got a couple of match IDs or content IDs, which means that it's basically a third party, and you can basically just contact them and tell them to if they can ask them if they can actually remove that, and they'll remove that, and you can monetize your videos. And like I said, if you get the content ID match, you basically won't be able to monetize that specific video, but it doesn't affect your channel at all. Copyright strikes is what you need to be careful. But so what happened? Well, you see, when I started uploading Civilization 5 videos, and that's the Washington as America, right? I didn't know that that game has licensed music. So what happened is, after uploading 1, 2, 3, and 4, part 4, I got on every single video. I actually received the content ID match, which was, like I said, not a problem. Third-party content. You just basically have to contact them, ask them if they can remove it, and they'll remove it. You can monetize your video. Perfectly fair. Nothing special there. But what happened? Well, you see, I uploaded 5 parts with and the 6th one, which was a couple of days ago or a week ago or something like that. And I'm not going to do the song. What happened is, on that specific video, if you try to find it on my channel, you won't be able, because that video was taken down. You see, what happened is, on that video, the YouTube actually found or recognized 2 songs. Now, one was like the usual one. You just have to contact them and they'll release you. But this other song was something like from an SMA or something like that, and this is obviously. This created a big problem. Now, obviously, at first I wasn't sure if they were the same thing, but then later I found out that they weren't. And what happened is, I submitted the form to actually ask them if they can actually remove that. And as always, the third party content, or that company Adriv or whatever, they removed it, and now it's up to SMA to remove their content ID match or whatever. And that didn't happen. They basically responded by saying that they won't do that, and they're going to leave it there. And I obviously wasn't going to stop there, because I was going to explain once again the situation, because they said that they reviewed the video, and I'm pretty sure that they did, since, like I said, I explained clearly in the message that the music, I didn't use the music. It was the in-game music, the game that I actually purchased, gave my money. And so like I said, if I got the copyright strike because I personally put that music in my video, that I wouldn't say anything. But since this was an in-game music, and another thing that I want to say, add to this, I guess, is that if that music was something familiar, something that I knew, right, something that you knew, right, I wouldn't say anything. But it was just some sort of some sort of like a slow music. I don't even know. It's like, I never heard about it ever. So it's like, it's like whatever. But apparently that's enough for a copyright strike. So like I said, after contacting them twice, I get a copyright strike. That happened after, like, maybe I would say 6-7 days after that. And basically what happened is, I woke up, I logged into my YouTube account, and I just see copyright strike, which is this that you see right now on the screen. Pretty annoying, right? And now, obviously, there are 2 options that I have. One is to wait 6 months to get that to remove that copyright strike. Obviously, YouTube is going to remove it automatically. Pretty simple. Or I can contact them and see if I can, see if we can actually figure something out. Now, obviously, I contact them, asking them nicely if they can remove that, because that music isn't worth a copyright strike. But in my opinion, it's not anything that popular. It's not something that any of you are probably going to any of you going to recognize it, and it's affecting my video. And another reason would definitely be the video itself. The video wasn't about the song, it was about the gameplay itself. And I did the voiceover, obviously, as always. So, like I said, the music isn't the focus there at all. It was just the music, in-game music, that was like playing in the background slowly. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know that was a thing that was like enough for a copyright strike. So, yeah, sadly it happened. But what can you do? Now I'm obviously waiting for the answer. And by the way, if you ever get a copyright strike, you'll probably obviously you're probably going to get this. And so, like I said, I actually gave you the or I explained what you can do when you get a copyright strike. You can either wait 6 months or try again to ask them again. Now for that 6 months, wait and remove, right? If you want that, you need to complete like a YouTube school, which is like 4 questions that basically a lot of them probably is going to be like, what is from these 4 things copy or non-copyrighted content, right? And you just basically vote for what it's not. And if you complete that 4 questions, pretty easy, straightforward. If you complete that, you will be able to, or YouTube is going to remove that copyright strike after 6 months. But the problem is, the reason why I decided not to wait for that and try to contact them, or well, just contact them, is basically because when you get a copyright strike, your channel loses a couple of functions, which is not what I want. And it's not something that is going to necessarily affect my channel. So I don't think that I'm actually going to be able to I think like you can't do any live streams anymore on YouTube, which is okay. I never did that before. It's like YouTube as a streaming service, not that good. I used either Twitch or Hitbox, mainly Twitch. So like I said, YouTube, I don't care about I don't care about that. There are a couple of minor losses as well. Nothing that is going to affect your channel that much. But like I said, this is the first copyright strike. If you get second one, it's going to be pretty nasty, and the third one is basically your channel gets deleted. So you need to be really careful about this. And here's my advice for anyone that gets the content ID match. What I would highly recommend you to try is the YouTube's what's it called, the song remove option. And it basically Google or YouTube, I always saying Google. YouTube basically tries to remove it. It doesn't work all the time, but it works most of the time. And they're going to try to remove that. And if they don't remove that, right? If it doesn't get removed completely, you can always use YouTube's library to just put in some music. So just so it's there. It's kind of a so that YouTube doesn't recognize the original song, the copyrighted song, right away, or just at all, right? So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, hopefully this is going to be over in just a couple of days, or hopefully this is going to be removed, the copyright strike, obviously, and I'm going to be back with Civilization 5, but this time without any music in the background. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.